Same thing on this one, solve the equation, then verify the solution. Oh, no problem, man. In fact, right here, they're gonna start us on the left with some multiplication. So negative 5 times 13 should be negative 65 there. And again, you can verify that on your calculators. And you can even call that distribution right there, because we are solving an equation. The first thing we should always look for is distribution. Well, that was distribution. What is distribution? It's multiplication. We just multiply. That's it. In fact, we see these parentheses here on the right side of the equal sign as well. So I need to distribute the negative 11 not only to the 7, but the y as well. So this is going to be negative 11 times 7 here first. Again, you don't have to worry about multiplying by the negative or anything like that. The calculator will do that for you. That's negative 77. But also we have to distribute the 11 to the 1y right there. So that's a negative 11 times the 1y, which would be negative 11y's. So that's all the distribution I can see. So that should, there's our equal sign. We're going to tack on our plus 8y as well. Now that doesn't necessarily simplify the equation. In fact, it technically kind of makes it, gives it more terms. But it allows us now to combine any of the like terms, such as the 11y and negative 11y and the 8y. So how many y's would that be? Again, I would just type in negative 11 plus 8. And that would give me negative 3y's right there. Then the rest of the problem just kind of drops there. But it allows me to combine the y's. So I've done all the simplification I can. I've done distribution. I've combined any like terms that were given. So I'm now at the point where I want to isolate those negative 3y's. So that's what I will do, which means I would want to zero out that negative 77 by adding 77. And again, the purpose of that is to make it 0, but you can't just do that with one side. If you do it to one side, you must do it to the other side as well. Now again, this is negative 65 plus 77. You could say, well, I'm going to do this by hand. All right, fair enough. You got more positives than negatives, so you know your answer will be positive. Then just take the big number, 77, and subtract 65. Again, I would still recommend just using calculator, but you're going to get positive 12 out of that. Okay, so positive 12 equals, we zeroed out the negative 77 in purple, and I can now drop my negative 3y's. And then finally, the last thing we want, now that the y's are isolated, is to make this a 1y. So to do that, I'll divide both sides by the coefficient, which is negative 3. Anything divided by itself is 1. But if I do it to one side, I got to do the other side as well. 12 divided by negative 3 would be negative 4. But again, that's just the solution right there. The next thing that we need is the actual verification of our solution. So let's go and rewrite this once again. Okay, so we got it. There's our original equation, but again, right now we're pretty sure the y's we're pretty sure we got the y's down. So I'm going to take those y's. Let's go and replace those with negative 4. Again, especially if your variable ends up being a negative, I would recommend using parentheses like this. Do you really have to? Not necessarily, but I think it's a good practice. Now I'm putting a question mark over the equal sign because I don't know if this is true or not yet. I do know that negative 5 times 13 is negative 65. You can put that in the calculator to check. But the right side of the equation as well, I'm going to put this into the calculator. So negative 11 parentheses 7 plus parentheses negative 4 close parentheses, close parentheses plus 8 times negative 4 in parentheses. And that gives me negative 65. So that confirms that we do in fact have a true statement. So once again, this allows me to go to my answer, my y equals negative 4, and I know for sure that I have the solution.